Those Damn Ross Kids is a podcast for adults, and the opinions we express do not reflect the opinions of our employers or even ourselves. If you would like to support the show, go to Duckfeed.tv/tipjar and check out our Patreon campaign. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm adequately okay.
Yeah, what do you think it was?
I would imagine that it was that rotisserie chicken.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was rotating its own juices under flame.
Shelf chicken.
Yes, shelf chicken. We walked into that Sam's Club, and I was actually baffled when I looked at the back of that kitchen, and I saw the gigantic hell mouth where the chickens rotate.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't.
It does look like a monster, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Like I didn't expect so much fire to be involved. Like, hey, buddy, the chickens are already dead.
Looked like a Marine Corps commercial in there.
Those Damn Ross Kids, a conversation between brothers, featuring Kris and Kole Ross.
A brand needs something from you.
Yes, a brand needs something from me.
Cool. They want to know what their packaging is going to look like.
Yeah, Kris, I can't tell you enough how much brands have impacted my life.
You've been talking about it a lot.
Yeah. It's just one of those situations where you get it under your skin. You hear somebody say something because that's the way that companies talk, right? We want to increase the value of our brand. We want to, increase brand engagement. We want to have a social media presence where people interact with our brand. And I don't mean to over-explain the Twitter joke, which is probably over by now. I don't know that I have any more left in me. But it's like, okay, let's take this one step further. And so that explains my brand tirades.
Yeah. Well, you do work in branding.
Oh, not so much in branding. Trust me, Kris. All of that stuff is the part of my job that I wish wasn't there.
No, I think you like it. You like the criticism you get.
What do you mean?
Because all you guys do is just put different clothes on the Noid, right?
Yeah.
So then the client gets angry. I'm paying you how much to put a hat on a Noid?
Well, Kris, weirdly, nobody's called us out on it yet. They're like, "Oh my gosh, we love it."
Yeah, everything you do is just a Noid with gloves.
Yeah, stomping on pizza. Like, I totally get it. That's us disrupting the brand. We're we are this roguish hero out there to save the day by disrupting everybody's pizza, this thing people have taken for granted every single day, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People dig it. It's really easy to coast by when you know the right words. It's like magic.
It seems like you should be able to win your own lane at a toll booth.
What do you mean?
Like, you're the only person that can use that lane.
Me personally?
Yeah, well, whoever wins, you're probably not going to win.
Right. I wasn't aware this was up for grabs.
Just so, there's like the Easy Pass, there's cash, there's credit card lanes, and then there's your lane.
My lane.
You're the only person.
Are you talking in general? Is this the royal you? Is this any given person should be able to get their own lane?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, is this like it's citizen of the month or it's motorist of the month?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where Dorothy's a single mother of 3 who enjoys her own lane.
Although, Kris, if we're going to get through everybody, it can't be a month. It has to be like motorist of this half hour.
Not really.
Yeah.
I guess you could have motorist of the shift. So there's 3 shifts.
Okay. And then like every toll booth operator, do they still have those?
I don't know.
Do those exist? When was the last time you drove on a toll road?
Man, it's been a while. I try to avoid them.
Yeah.
Like the Noid.
Yeah, right. You got the Noid out there stomping on a pizza after, in a lane.
Mm-hmm. This Noid with a hat wants me to take the turnpike.
Yeah. Don't do it. Yeah, no, we're going to disrupt the road market. It's going to be an app where you press a button and it causes the gates to rise up. Except it's not official. This goes into a large pool that pays the fines in case somebody gets popped. And so by that way we defund the roads, and that way we further usher in the libertarian apocalypse.
What have I read you this headline? What do you picture? Woman killed in 2-vehicle collision.
I picture a woman who was hit simultaneously by 2 cars.
Okay, good.
Yeah, like just sandwiched in between them.
Exactly. I just wanted to make sure you think right.
Okay.
And you do.
Why? I mean, otherwise that's just a really boring story about one car hitting another. Like it's sad. I'm sure that it is of note to that woman and her family if she had one. But you know, by the venue here, this seems to be, you know, the way to go. Like, what's the other option?
That's the only option.
Okay, that's the only option we have.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. If that's what you thought of too, and it is. Yeah. Oh, she's a former motorist of the month.
Oh, cool. Well, she got cocky. She thought, "Hey, I'm going to be able to go through this lane," but nope, her shift had ended.
You're not pedestrian of the day today.
Damn it!
We're gonna do the normal thing.
I suppose we are. Hey, Chris, what episode is this?
I have no idea.
It's 161.
Oh, it's episode 161 of the comedy podcast, Those Damn Ross Kids.
Your name is?
I'm Chris.
My name's Kole. We're here to entertain your asses.
Yay.
Yay, we did it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Speaking of accidents, Kole.
Okay.
God played a trick on us.
On who? Mankind?
Yeah, just everyone, the universe. Sound travels forever, right?
I think you're thinking of radio waves, but who's to know?
Who's to know? Well, either way, you know, Bono was in an accident.
Did he crash into my iPhone? Topical.
Yeah, he just crashed. I think he crashed a motorcycle, actually. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, in the accident, he injured his arm, and he thinks he might not ever be able to play the guitar again.
Did he play guitar? Like, I thought he was an Anthony Kiedis figure.
That's the thing. And here's the cruel part of this is that God took his guitar playing away from him when they should have taken his voice.
That'd be like me getting into a horrible accident and my brain gets damaged and the doctor says, you know, I'm sorry, there's some things you're not going to be able to do, and I'm going to say, oh, well, will I still be able to play the piano? And it's like, well, I mean, I guess we have no reason to believe not. And then I say, well, that's great because I couldn't before. And then they say, you have 6 hours left to live.
And then Dr. Hibbert says,
yeah, so, I mean, it sucks that they got into an accident, but, like, that just kind of, like, look at me, I got into an accident, give me attention.
Yeah, that's why U2 went on The Tonight Show, and he didn't come because he had that accident, so Jimmy Fallon was him.
Chris, are you... Jimmy Fallon was him. Chris, are you aware that U2 composed music for a Spider-Man musical?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that ran like way over budget and opened and closed and like 3 people died.
Yeah. Yep. The one where Spider-Man fell and broke. You know, that's not that, you know, like people know that story. People know that Turn Off the Dark was a U2 joint. However, I just like to remind people that exists. If you ever get a chance, look up videos of like performances of that where they've taken the touring production to television shows and things like that. It is a special treat.
Bono's favorite cartoon character is Magilla the gorilla.
Weird. I would have pegged him as more of a Grape Ape kind of guy.
Yeah, I had Wally Gator.
I had Motormouth, the drum playing shark.
Because he's the swingingest alligator in the swamp.
Yeah. I would have put him as a speed buggy. Why does nobody recognize that this poor man, his soul is stuck in this car, and the only means of expression he has is by like he's wailing in anguish. He's trapped in this undying form. This car, Speed Buggy's going to be rusting out and like on some kind of blasted beach long after mankind has faded away because metal is there, and he's going to be this vessel that the aliens come down and they're going to check for life and they're going to see it, and so like, oh gosh, please somebody, some kind of civilization. Then they're going to harvest all the carbon from the earth and then leave, and he's just going to descend as the gravity of the sun draws it in right before it explodes. That's what I see him as. I see him as Speed Buggy.
It's a lot more than I wanted to know about Speed Buggy.
I wasn't aware.
And it leads me to want to ask you, what are you trapped in? Because it seems you know his pain.
I'm trapped in this routine.
Are you supposed to be a girl or a couch?
No. I just realized that I turned the origin story of Speed Buggy into the plot of My Mom the Car, or My Mother the Car. And then I also extrapolated it. So Chris, it is a gritty Speed Buggy reboot that has touches of My Mother the Car, where Speed Buggy is a soul vessel for like a for the guy that car ran over. Speed Buggy ran him over, and he is desperately trying to kill another man so that soul can take his place.
Weird.
Yeah, I know. It's Chris, stranger things happen every single day. We're going to have to get used to it.
What was George Bush's wife's name?
Which George Bush?
The young one.
Well, I'm sure they were all young at one point.
The younger, not the son. W.
The more recent, Laura Bush.
Yeah, she killed a person.
Yeah. She ran somebody down in her car
and laughed.
Did she laugh? Is that confirmed? Chris, are we committing slanderable?
No, I think she laughed.
No, I mean at some point in her life.
When I played in my mind, she laughed.
Like a maniacal supervillain laugh?
Yeah, but like she had some sunflower seeds in her mouth.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, you have to be careful with that because you think, okay, I'm going to be able to put a bunch of these in my cheek. And I'm just going to, spit these into a bottle in my car. But then you take a deep breath, or you laugh, or you sneeze, and then all of a sudden you got one stuck in your throat, and then you're swinging over to the side of the road, and boom, you're Speed Buggy.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's what happened to her.
Cool.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, we can probably camp out on this one for a while.
Okay.
Do you want me to read you Craigslist 2014 Best Missed Connections?
Yeah.
Cool. Here we go. Top of the list right here. Taco Bell, M4W, Edmond. I don't know where Edmond is.
It's Canada.
Okay. Edmonton.
It's in Alberta.
Edmonton, Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You was taking order at the counter of Taco Bell on 2nd Street in Santa Fe. Our eyes kept locking onto each other's. I just wanted to say that you are very beautiful, and I hope you see this and get back with me. I would like to talk to you.
That's better than I'd like to tie you up.
Yeah, you handing me a Taco Supreme. Me eating a Taco Supreme. You asking me kindly to step aside so that the people behind me could order. Me eating a Taco Supreme, locking eyes. You ordering, you calling the cops. Me being tased.
Oh God, I think I'm going to take a job at Subway tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I'm going to
Chris,
work one.
You've always
lunch
wanted
rush.
to work in the arts.
I'm going to work one lunch rush.
Okay.
All right. And when everybody is like, really hurrying and they want their sandwich, I'm going to say, I've got this under control. 12 inches and uncut to the front of the line.
You're just going to drop the mic. It seemed really weird that she went to the extent to wire that Subway for sound with a PA system.
Right?
Just so you could.
Just so that I could, in context, say
Right.
12 inches and for the purpose of efficiency.
Yeah. I like the idea. I like the idea that Subway is just like this chaotic place that has not that hasn't developed a mature system over the years. Like that, all they need is one young go-getter to get it to come in there and to start
Right.
directing traffic.
Yeah. Just be a sign by the people snake that says 12 inches and uncut to the front of the line.
Exactly. Like let's take all the processing out of this. Like
Yep.
if you just want a loaf of bread, we're right here for you. Chris, did you know most people buy their bread from the bakery section at a grocery store like animals? They could just go to the nearest Subway and have a nice Asiago herb Italian.
Could be.
Yeah, it totally could be, and Chris, quite honestly, should be.
If it isn't,
Should. You farted at Trader Joe's, M4W. You were the tall brunette with the near perfect body that farted in the bread section. Last night. I was the tall guy next to you that looked over and asked, "Was that you?" You quickly replied, No, that wasn't me. You almost seemed insulted, I would ask. As the stink grew, you continued to deny your flatulence, but it was evident. I tried to get rid of the stench by waving 2 loaves of ciabatta bread. You proceeded to storm off in an angry manner. You were beautiful, and even if you are a liar and fart like a Clydesdale, I'd love to meet up sometime.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Accidentally swiped you the wrong way on Tinder. Hey, girl, picture this. I'm on the toilet. Picture this. I'm on the toilet. Shaggy, right? I'm on the toilet, Tindering hard, like you know I do. When suddenly, bam, a sweet, sugar-faced angel child baby doll honey pie shows up on my Tinder.
Is this Disco Stew?
I don't know. I'm just reading it as it's written. I am so in awe
Disco Stew misses you.
Disco 2 was on the toilet. Disco Stew was making a Disco 2.
You got there.
Yep. I am so in awe of your gorgiosity that I accidentally swipe you left and drop a Duke without even trying at the very same time. Instantly, my mind says, my God, what have I done? Just like David Byrne in the classic and oh-so-apt Talking Heads tune, Once in a Lifetime. I'm so depressed I get off the toilet without even wiping and go lay down in a dark cupboard that I can squeeze into if I bend my legs just right and kind of wedge in with a weird angle. I'll now describe you to the best of my abilities. You are/were blonde, pretty, mid-20s. That's all I have to go off of. If this sounds like you, reply to this ad with your photo, cup size, and bank account balance. Oh, it's obviously a joke. Fuck.
Here's one for real in our area, or my
cool.
area, in Ashland. Squirting, winky emoticon. I'd love to make you.
Is that it?
We were talking about squirting, then the subject changed. I would love to make you squirt and lick you clean. Message back with fountain in the title to eliminate spam. So,
that is, I'm baffled as to why you spend so much time browsing Craigslist like that, because
every time I read one that's good, I read it like Seth.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's like earlier this week, or was it last week? Chris, I have no concept of time anymore. You sent me a text message with a screen grab from Craigslist that was talking about making somebody into a literal baby factory, and had a very upsetting picture of a woman so beyond distended from pregnancy.
It was anime.
Anime. It wasn't anime. It was a Photoshop. It wasn't real, but still, it was very upsetting subject matter to read in between brand sessions. Yeah,
But it was good.
no, it was good. It was good. SDCC men's room, N4M, me, horse costume, you, chicken mask. We made out in the second stall in the men's room outside Hall D. Same place next time next year. I'll be in a llama costume, of course.
Well,
Yeah. Chris,
I don't take it off.
no, I mean, I can't anymore. The fibers have fused. The fibers have fused with my hair.
My dreads formed through the fabric.
Yep. I'm like Dark Man.
It's really, really sad.
Yeah. It's a tragic backstory.
While we're on a goofy note, man, over in the Europe. Yeah. Blinding light from shore fishermen's headlamps have created a danger to shipping, dazzling some skippers into coming into shore. Several near misses have been reported involving fishing boats and yachts that have come too close to running aground or crashing into the breakwater. On a busy night, up to 50 fishermen, all using bright headlamps, gather on the concrete arm near the narrow entrance to the harbor. The head torches are as powerful as a flashing light on an emergency vehicle with a range of 80 meters, and their combined strength can reach 1,000 watts.
Okay.
Yep, boat skippers suffering night blindness confuse these headlamps for a lighthouse.
So wait a minute. Is this some kind of like photonic piracy?
No, they're just out there fishing.
Oh, okay. So it's not like, okay, we're gonna play the siren song over my ghetto blaster and draw them in so that we can
No,
so we can dash them upon the rocks and steal their harvest of assorted nuts and bolts shipped over from China.
It's just people wanting to get some delicious sea bass for dinner.
Yeah, hopping up on their mackerel.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're mistaken for a lighthouse.
Huh. I looked into what it takes to live in a lighthouse.
A lot.
Yeah, because that is an idea that appeals to me. As a recluse, that, and also like being a Firewatch guy, that might be pretty cool. It's actually kind of a process and really not worth it because you have to like generate your own electricity and also give tours. Which, like, I'm trying to just slowly go mad in a lighthouse. I don't need to show Timmy that there is a light. You can get closer. It just looks like a bigger light than what you would see when you're far away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I asked you about living in a lighthouse, you responded as though you also looked into this.
No, I just imagine that it's probably not something you can just do.
I imagine
you can buy an old nuclear missile silo any day of the week, but to live in a lighthouse, there's tests.
Yeah, I've seen that. We talked about those missile silos, right?
Yeah, there's some pretty cool things there.
Yeah.
See, I'd be more inclined to do that or buy a house that has a bomb shelter.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about bomb shelters, actually. I wonder how many of those still exist. Like, is there there has to be some kind of like real estate. If I called a realtor and said, "Hey, can you hook me up with a Fallout special?"
Yeah, but as far as records go, I don't know that anybody really wanted that to be documented because if your neighbors knew you had one,
then it becomes a lifeboat situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It becomes a lifehouse situation.
Which was a band.
Yep. And if I could name a single song that Lifehouse ever performed, then I could make a cool joke here, but I can't, so I won't.
Yeah, they sang songs.
Yeah.
Hanging by a moment.
Oh, yes. Hanging by a moment here with you.
And through.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so that post-Creed aesthetic.
Who was a Jew.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, just interfaith gatherings are always so tense.
It's hard.
Yeah. What are you going to do with your baby's wing wong?
I don't know. Hey.
Yeah?
Front of the line, buddy.
all these goyams strutting to the front.
Nobody puts my foreskin in a corner.
with a small piece of like fun tack. like it's a White Snake poster.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what color your dick is.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man, Kris, don't try and flush a snake down the toilet.
Nope, they plunge right out.
Yep. And by plunge, you mean get angry and then leap towards your neck with their poisonous venom.
Right.
Yeah. So that's really the only story. There's this. Oh, mysteriously, they're trying to figure out why somebody tried to flush a 5.5-foot snake down a toilet in San Diego. It clogged. So by saying that it clogged, it implies that somebody tried to flush.
I think they do that on Japanese cable.
Yes. They call it scale scare.
Snake flush.
Snake Flush 2016. Yeah. So it was a Colombian rainbow boa. I don't know. You ever met somebody who was really afraid of snakes?
Me? Yes, I've met myself.
Oh, are you?
I hate them.
Okay.
If one's by me, which it has been, I kill it.
Okay. Oh,
I don't need to.
Right, but you have to establish dominance.
It's the only animal that I've killed on purpose.
Okay. Oh, with a shovel, right?
Why? Anything.
No.
I've run the I've gone out of my way with a push lawnmower.
Right.
A shovel. Yeah, anything. Whatever I have.
Huh.
A propane tank?
You're lying.
No, I swear to God.
How do you kill a snake with a propane tank?
Have you ever lifted a propane tank?
I know they're heavy, Chris.
Right.
But you would rather risk damaging the flange on your propane tank?
It's not mine. You take it back and you get credit for it.
Okay. Don't those explode when you throw them, or am I thinking of Half-Life?
Cole, it's a snake. You don't have to throw it.
Well, no, I'm just picturing like you drop it then. Okay.
I'm not fucking Donkey Kong, man.
Yeah. Chris, at what point did I ever say you were Donkey Kong?
It's what I envisioned.
Do you think I would do you that compliment?
Maybe.
Do I seem that generous?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just always think of whenever I see those commercials about like liquor commercials or whatever, about whiskey, and they show you the barns that they're aging them in. All I think of is Donkey Kong, because there's all kinds of ladders and shelves and stuff.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that would be a good combination between a Donkey Kong and root beer tapper.
We call that a cooperative crossover in the branding biz.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's a little bit of content marketing. You do a little web. Oh, well, yes, I was about to say Flash game, but I'm so stuck in 2004, Chris. Gonna take it, make it an app. You put it out there. It's a little bit of a synergistic cooperative branding opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not dependent on each other, which is why it isn't vertical integration.
Right. It's more of a horizontal integration. Chris,
Right.
It's about altruism. It's about giving your audience what not just what they want, because that would just be silly, but giving them something they didn't even know they wanted.
Hey, Cole.
Yeah.
When somebody said the Flintstones and the Jetsons together, somebody said that was silly.
I know, but that was the defining television moment of our generation, Chris. Moon landing, MASH finale, The Simpsons meet the Jetsons.
They never met.
What?
They never met, did they?
I think they met. I think there was a crossover.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, which is why you said that joke, I assume.
No, the Flintstones. You said the Simpsons.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and it's not our generation. That was like 1962.
Chris, I played fast and loose. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I played fast and loose. I'm sorry. I misspoke. I said the Flintstones instead of the Jetsons.
You're trapped in a llama costume. I get it.
Yep. Chris, I went there and I went to the doctor, and he said, "I'm sorry. It's intertwined with too many arteries. It's either you or the suit."
What are you going to do?
Just buy a lot of fans.
Cole, we talked about synergy. We talked about horizontal integration. We talked about things that go together and things that seem like they shouldn't. Would you say that ketchup and fries go together, Cole?
Traditionally, yes.
Okay. Well, there's now a hybrid plant known as a tomtato.
Now that's from The Simpsons.
That allows you to grow them together in one plant.
That allows you to do just that.
The plant combines a vine-growing cherry tomato with roots growing white potatoes.
Oh, so it's not some kind of unholy other fruit. It is just the same things that come off of the same plant.
Yeah. So
so the roots are
ground
potatoes.
is a tomato, and then it goes below ground as potatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. They are both of the deadly nightshade family.
You can purchase the non-GMO plant in 2.5-inch pots.
Non-GMO.
It's not genetically modified.
Cool. It was discovered in the deepest reaches of the Andes.
It's grafting. They splice a tomato onto potato rootstock.
I'm sure somebody with a loose enough definition of GMO would call that a GMO.
You can expect 500 cherry tomatoes and 4.5 pounds of potatoes from each plant.
Huh. And is this like a boutique? Is this some kind of parlor trick? Some kind of parlor trick plant?
I don't know. There's a wizard on the label.
Yes, because it's obviously the product of some kind of like gross necromancy.
I think it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, so what was that called? Well, like, what's the name of this plant?
A tomtato.
Tomtato. That's terrible. Like an M sound into a T?
I guess. I don't know.
I'm like they could even go like Spudato would be better than Tom Tato. Spudato, so,
Nah.
a Spudato. Chris, I would take a bite. I would eat a Spudato like it was a hand fruit. Okay.
I don't know. I think I'm done with this world.
Why? Because I said Spudato.
Nothing is as it seems.
Right.
This tomato plant has potato roots. This chick has a dick.
Chris. I like the idea of you just kind of like getting all of your nudity in the form of scratch off. It's like, okay, get to sit down. You're just taking a quarter and you're you're just like rubbing it off on the dashboard of your car. Haha. And say, okay, ooh, brunette. She's a brunette. Okay, cool. That's a lady. Gotcha. Okay, looks like a lady by face anyway, but this has gone wrong before. Oh, yes, breasts. Beautiful breasts. I'm good. Let's take this into the home stretch. Let's get, it's a penis.
Yeah, I only tilt the nudie pen so far. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, otherwise it's just it takes all the magic away. There's no mystery left.
Have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember racing them, actually, getting a handful of them and just being like, okay, which of you ladies is the fastest?
Oh God, it's an age-old battle.
Yeah, it is.
Which one of you ladies is the fastest?
Yep. Did I ever tell you about La Sexy Lager?
No. I just thought about working at the subway in the Olympic Village. 12 inches and uncut to the front of the line. Now, which one of you ladies is the fastest?
Chris, this is like the Heart of Darkness, except with Subway. If you ever franchise a Subway, like it's gonna be terrible for these people. Where's the next Olympics, Chris?
I don't know. Does it
Brazil?
Qatar?
No, that's next World Cup, and even that
only dictators can afford the Olympics now.
Oh yeah. All these ladies. No, La Sexy Lager. It is brewed by the same brewery in Belgium that makes one of the best beers, or what is consistently rated one of the best beers, Delirium Tremens or Delirium Nocturnum. That's one of those beers that you buy like a bomber of, and it's like $15, but it's great.
Never had it.
It's good. It's a special occasion beer.
Is that made by Coors?
Yeah, it's made by Coors. There's a little elephant on the front of it, and when it's cold enough, it turns pink. Actually, there is a pink elephant on the bottle, but no, La Sexy Lager. It is brewed by the same place. From all accounts, the actual beer is nothing special. However, the label has pictures of kind of like what appears to be the last known photos of models from the late 80s. Like,
Hold on. Are these photos naked photos of missing women?
Have you seen this woman? Well, Chris, they're not naked on the surface. Okay, like when you look at this, like, these are terrible.
No, I got it. They're like color change matchboxes, man.
No, not even that. You're gonna look at them. You're gonna say, why are all of them wearing silver bikinis? And then you realize, these are scratch off labels that you scratch off their bikini parts. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep, La Sexy Lager. I've tried, not constantly over the past 7 years that I've known about this, but I've talked with Party Source here, and I've spoken with other like small beer shops about getting this in, and apparently it's impossible to get here in America. However, I will leverage our listeners' knowledge. If you know where to get some La Sexy Lager, I would love to have an unscratched one as a keepsake.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep that because I really don't know where to find pictures of naked ladies otherwise.
We would find more of these missing prostitutes if you would have like an artist do a rendering of their body if it looked better. People would be looking for those ladies.
What do you mean? Like here's an idealized version.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, no, nobody wants to. Okay, so you see this picture of somebody, not necessarily a prostitute, not necessarily a woman, not necessarily a child, but you see pictures of these lost people. Let's even say, like, when you're driving down the highway and you see those signs that say missing adult, look for license plate OH so and so, a green Pontiac Aztec, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. And so you look for that. I'd be much more inclined if they had some kind of pixel art rendition of them, but not like as they look, but as like a carnival caricature.
Yeah.
Yeah, of them. So if this guy like Dune Buggies, who's to say he's still in that Aztec? He might be rip roaring across the dunescape.
Yeah, or better, like on the highway signs that put out the Amber Alert. Yeah. Maybe if they put on there what the lady do to you if you found her, or for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they'd be your butler or something.
Right. Oh, it's like like reward such and such.
Yeah, but not money, because that seems
right. No. Just sometimes you might need a couch moved. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
Given enough time, you're going to be able to get this up and down the stairs.
Just make these missing kids cuter. That's all I need you to do.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is when you're driving down the highway and you see a little cross that's a memorial of somebody who died there, is it too much to ask that we put a photo like a photorealistic real doll of that person like sitting in a lawn chair with a beer hat on, waving to people, a fully animatronic photorealistic real doll? Kris, what's this?
Maybe a photo of you if you breathe on it, the clothes come off.
It's hypercolor sorrow.
This has been Those Damn Roskits.
Kris, what do we want the people to do? Do you want me to tell them?
You know best, man.
I know best. Yeah, subscribe to us. And listen and tell friends. Also, Facebook. I feel like you know the drill by now. We have that Patreon page. We really appreciate all the kind words. Kris, you would be surprised. and I mean really surprised. We get people who write in and say this is their favorite show on the network.
Really?
Yeah, like that we get them through tough times. I responded to one by saying I got the impression that we made tough times worse.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that you could always come to the show and find someone who's having a worse time than you.
Yeah, it is your sneak peek into the lives, Kris. It is your chance to punch down.
Right.
Sorry, America.
Sorry.